Welcome. However you got to this, whether you went looking for it or it just showed up, you can stop now. For the next half hour, nobody needs anything from you. You don't have to fix anything. You don't have to be strong. You don't have to figure out what you're going to do about any of it. This is 30 minutes of the words Jesus actually said. Not advice about him, his own words. Spoken to people who were tired in the exact way you're tired. So get comfortable. Close your eyes if you want. Let your shoulders drop. They're probably somewhere up around your ears. Take one breath in and let it out slow. Let's rest. He said, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls." Matthew chapter 11. Notice he doesn't ask what you did. He doesn't ask whether you earned it or whether your exhaustion is the respectable kind. He just says, "Come." You know the tiredness he's talking about. It's not the kind sleep fixes. It's being the one who remembers the appointments. The one who notices the milk is almost gone. The one everybody texts when something goes wrong, and nobody texts to ask how you are. It's standing at the sink at 11 at night, finishing the dishes, because if you don't do them, they'll still be there in the morning. And you'll be the one who does them then too. That's the weariness he's naming. And he isn't asking you to carry it better. He's asking you to bring it here and put it down. And then he says something easy to miss. I am gentle and humble in heart. He's telling you what kind of person you're coming to. Not someone who's going to sigh at you. not someone keeping score of how long it took you to ask. Gentle. That's the word he picked for himself. You can come exactly as tired as you actually are. Jesus, I'm tired. Not the kind I can explain, and not the kind that goes away on a day off. You already know all of it. I'm setting it down here. The list, the worry, the weight of being the one who holds it together. Thank you that you're gentle. Give my soul rest. Not later. Now. He said, "Therefore do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own." Matthew chapter 6. He said this to people who genuinely did not know where their next meal was coming from. So this isn't a man who never had a real problem telling you not to have real problems. He's saying something more specific than "don't worry." He's saying you were built for one day at a time. And you keep trying to carry 3. You know how this goes. It's midnight, and you're not thinking about today anymore. You're rehearsing the conversation you have to have on Thursday. You're doing the math on the account. You're running the version where it all goes wrong. And then the version after that. None of it is happening. You're paying for it anyway. Here's what's underneath what he said. Tomorrow already has someone in it. He's not asking you to stop caring. He's telling you the future is occupied. He's already standing in Thursday, and he'll still be gentle when you get there. Today is the only thing you were given strength for, and today you have enough. Father, I've been carrying tomorrow all day, and I'm worn out from a thing that hasn't happened. I'm giving you the part I can't see, the conversation, the bill, the waiting. Help me stay in today, where you actually gave me what I need. And thank you that you are already in tomorrow, waiting for me. He said, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid." John chapter 14. He said this the night before he was arrested. Sitting at a table with his friends, hours from the worst thing that would ever happen to him. And he's the one handing out peace. That's why the second half matters. I do not give to you as the world gives. The world's peace is conditional. It arrives when the test comes back clean, when the money lands, when the person finally calls. It's real and it's thin, and it leaves the second the conditions change. His is a different kind. It doesn't wait for the situation to resolve. It's peace inside the unresolved thing. And notice, he doesn't say, "Don't be afraid," the way someone dismisses you. He says, "Don't let your heart be troubled," which means he knows your heart is doing something. And he's putting his hand on it. You may not get the outcome you want. You will not be alone in whatever comes. Jesus, you know exactly what I'm afraid of. I don't have to explain it. I don't need it all fixed tonight. I need the kind of peace you were talking about. The kind that doesn't depend on how this turns out. Put your hand on my heart. Quiet it. Stay with me in it. He said, "Are not 5 sparrows sold for 2 pennies? Yet not one of them is forgotten by God. Indeed, the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Don't be afraid. You are worth more than many sparrows." Luke chapter 12. 5 sparrows for 2 pennies. He picked the cheapest thing at the market on purpose. The throwaway item, the one nobody counts. And he says, not one of them is forgotten. Then he turns it toward you, and it gets almost uncomfortably specific, and the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Not God knows you in general. Not you're part of a big plan. He's describing attention so close it's almost absurd. Because you've been doing quiet math about your own worth, you measure it in what you produce. Who needed you today, whether anybody noticed? And on the days you didn't do much, the number comes out low. He isn't using that math. He never was. There is no version of you he forgets. Not the tired version. Not the failing version. Not the one who hasn't prayed in months. You've been counted this whole time by someone who doesn't count sparrows and still knows where every one of them is. God. I've believed I only matter when I'm useful. I've measured myself by what I got done today. Thank you that you never counted me that way. Thank you that I'm known down to the smallest thing. Let that sink past my head and into wherever the lie lives. He said, and surely I am with you always to the very end of the age. Matthew chapter 28. These are the last words he said before he left. Not instructions, not a warning, a promise about presence. Always. Not when you've got it together. Not on the days you feel it. Always. A word with no gaps in it. Loneliness lies in a particular way. It doesn't tell you nobody's there. It tells you nobody would stay if they saw the whole thing. The parts you don't post. The thoughts at 2 in the morning. The way you actually are when nobody's watching. He's already seen all of it. He said always anyway. You have not been doing this alone. Not the hard year. Not the night you didn't tell anybody about. Not the ordinary Tuesday when nothing was wrong and you still felt hollow. He was in every one of those rooms. And to the very end of the age, he's putting a boundary on it. And then setting it past anything that could happen to you. There's no point out ahead where he stops. Wherever you're sitting right now, you are not by yourself. Jesus, thank you that you've been here the whole time. Even when I couldn't feel it. Even in the parts I've never said out loud. Thank you that you saw all of it and still said always. Stay close tonight. Let me actually feel that I'm not alone. He said, then neither do I condemn you. Go now and leave your life of sin. John chapter 8. He said this to a woman who had actually done it. She wasn't falsely accused, and she wasn't misunderstood. They caught her, and everyone standing there knew it. That matters, because you've probably told yourself His mercy is for the people who deserve it. The ones who made an honest mistake. The ones with a good reason. She had no reason. And He looked at her and said, "Neither do I condemn you. You know the thing I'm talking about. The one you've never said out loud. You can go whole days without thinking about it, and then it finds you at a red light. Or while you're brushing your teeth. Or in the 2 seconds before you fall asleep, and your whole body goes tight. Here's what He did not say. He didn't say it wasn't that bad. He didn't say it didn't happen. He looked straight at the real thing, the whole real thing, and He still didn't condemn her. You have been carrying a sentence that the judge never handed down. Jesus, you know what I've never said out loud. You've known the whole time. I've been punishing myself for something you already forgave. Help me put it down. Not because it didn't matter, but because you said it doesn't get to hold me anymore. When everything is happening at once, He said, "Quiet, be still." Then He said to His disciples, "Why are you so afraid? Do you still have no faith?" Mark chapter 4. Before He said any of that, He was asleep. There's a storm filling the boat with water. Grown men who fish for a living are panicking. And He is asleep on a cushion in the back. Not because He didn't care. Because a storm is not a threat to Him. He can sleep through the thing that's ending you. And you know what your version looks like. It's not one problem. It's the job, and the kid, and the thing the doctor said, and the number in the account, all in the same week. Any one of them you could handle. All of them at once is why you're standing in the kitchen at midnight not doing anything. Then He stands up and He speaks to the storm like it's a person. Quiet, be still. He doesn't argue with it. He doesn't work around it. He tells it to stop, and it stops. Whatever is roaring at you right now has a limit. And the limit is Him. Jesus. It's not one thing. It's all of it, and it's all at once, and I don't know which part to pick up first. You slept through a storm that terrified everyone else. So this doesn't frighten you either. Speak to it. And while it settles, let me rest in the boat with you. When you feel like an outsider, He said, I no longer call you servants because a servant does not know his master's business. Instead, I have called you friends. For everything that I learned from my Father, I have made known to you. John chapter 15. Look at what he's actually describing. A servant is useful. A servant is kept. But a servant stands slightly outside the room, waiting to be told what's needed. He doesn't get let in on anything. And you know that feeling from somewhere, being in the group photo but not in the group chat, being the person everyone likes and nobody calls, being included but never sought out. Some of you feel it in church, which is its own kind of lonely. Surrounded by people, doing all the right things and still standing at the edge of it. He says, not you, not with me. And then he tells you how he proved it. Everything I learned from my Father I have made known to you. He didn't just let you in the room. He told you what he was doing. That's not how anyone treats staff. That's how you treat a friend. You've been standing at the edge of a room where you were never a guest. Jesus. I've spent a long time feeling like I'm on the outside of something. Tolerated. Useful. Never really wanted. Thank you that you don't call me a servant. Thank you that you call me a friend and that you meant it. That's it. Nothing else to do. Whatever you carried in here, the tiredness, the thing you're afraid of, the person you've been holding up, the thing you've never said out loud. You don't have to pick all of it back up on the way out. Ease home. Hear these one more time before you go. Come to me, all you who are weary, and I will give you rest. Peace I leave with you. You are worth more than many sparrows, neither do I condemn you. Quiet, be still. I have called you friends. Those who mourn will be comforted. No one will snatch them out of my hand. I am with you always. Wherever you're headed next, He's already there, and He's gentle. Rest well. I'll see you next time.